The world we see is only a fraction of the truth. Behind the veil of time, the light is shifting. History remains unbound, waiting for a lens sharp enough to capture the anomalies buried in our soil and the signals pulsing from the stars. Adjust your focus. This is Echoes Unbound. High in the Bolivian Andes sits a site that defies logic. This is Puma Punku, where stones are cut like glass, thousands of years before the power saw. At nearly 13,000 feet, the air is thin, but the mystery is heavy. Mainstream history attributes this to the Tiwanaku culture around 500 AD. But look closer. These aren't the work of a primitive society using copper chisels. These are the fingerprints of a lost, high-technology civilization that vanished before our records even began. Consider the scale of these massive platforms. We are looking at red sandstone slabs weighing over 130 tons. To move these from a quarry 10 miles away across mountain peaks and rugged terrain would challenge the limits of modern industrial cranes. Yet they were placed here with absolute, unwavering precision. But as we move past the size, a deeper puzzle emerges. It isn't just how they moved them, it's how they shaped them. Inspect the interior corners of these andesite blocks. They are perfectly square. In modern masonry, achieving this requires diamond-tipped tools or CNC machining. There are no hammer marks here, no signs of struggle. Only smooth, geometric perfection that suggests the stone was molded or cut with incredible speed. Look at these grooves. They are less than a millimeter wide, perfectly uniform in depth, and straight as a laser beam. Then there are the famous H-blocks. They are almost identical in their dimensions, suggesting a system of mass production. This isn't art, it's engineering. It looks less like a temple and more like a modular Lego system, where interchangeable parts were manufactured elsewhere and snapped together on site to create a massive, functional structure. The material used here is diorite and andesite, some of the hardest minerals on Earth. To cut these stones with such ease requires a tool significantly harder than the stone itself. If the ancients only had copper and stone tools, as historians claim, then Puma Punku simply shouldn't exist. Across the site, we find these perfectly circular, equidistant drill holes. They are spaced with mathematical accuracy. They don't look like they were pecked out by hand. They look like the result of high-speed rotary drills biting into the rock with effortless power. They even utilized sophisticated T-shaped grooves where molten metal was poured to lock these massive megaliths together. But Puma Punku was never finished. Something stopped the builders in their tracks. Today, the site looks like a battlefield. Blocks weighing hundreds of tons have been snapped, flipped, and tossed hundreds of feet as if by a massive force. Many are buried under layers of silt and mud, suggesting that a catastrophic flood or a sudden tectonic shift wiped this advanced culture off the face of the earth. Mainstream archaeology calls this a temple, but when you look at the precision, you see a machine. Some speculate it was a prehistoric processing plant or a hub for ancient energy. Whatever its purpose, the sophistication on display here suggests a level of knowledge that we are only now beginning to rediscover. If the Tiwanaku didn't build it, then who did? And where did their incredible technology vanish to? The local Aymara legends speak of gods who created the world in a single night. beings who could move stones with sound and light. Perhaps these stories aren't myths, but memories of a time when humanity reached heights we can currently only imagine. The stones remain silent witnesses to a history that is being unbound. The truth is out there, hidden in the stone. What do you think happened at Puma Punku? Keep searching and share your theories below. Adjust your focus. This is Echoes Unbound.